So I've seen a lot of talk from people saying Columbina is bad without other Nod-Krai 5 stars. I want to try and give you some form of encouragement that your Columbina will function fine and still deal big damage as the solo Nod-Krai 5 star. I won't lie to you and say there isn't a drop off in team quality because the synergy with them really is OP, but you can still beat all content in the game. For those that don't have Lauma but want to play Columbina on field as a Lunar Bloom DPS, you have this team with Nahida, Nilou and Baiju. You'll want to give Columbina 4-piece Night-Sky, Nahida Serenade, Baiju Deepwood and Nilou built for HP. Columbina still wants HP over Elemental Mastery because that's what the charge attacks scale off. I will be 100% honest with you, it definitely feels weaker than the Lauma alternative. Columbina wants 2 Nod-Krai units for the Ascendant Gleam bonus, which is going to give extra lunar reaction damage. She also wants it for the extra crit rate from the 4-piece Night-Sky set bonus. Your Serenade holder will want it too, so they can give the team more Elemental Mastery. I tried the team with Ino instead of Nilou, but it felt weaker even though we gained the Ascendant Gleam bonus. I get that you can't pull every unit and you have specific ones that you're prioritizing, but if on-field Columbina is a priority to you, I would definitely grab Lauma when she next has a rerun, which I expect to be in one of the next few patches. Most Columbina teams will have her off-field, so for those that love her as a character, it's nice that we actually get to play her. For those struggling for Primo gems to pull her, LD Shop have you covered. They do top-ups for Genshin Impact, Star Rail and more, and it's up to 35% cheaper than in-game. Personally, I think the in-game prices are too expensive to justify buy-in, but the LD shop prices are genuinely worth it, especially with the bonuses for new users. You don't need your login details, just your UID and server, and everything will go right through. It's all completely safe, and I can vouch for that because I use them myself. At the moment, if you register using my link, you get a 15% off coupon and a 5% off coupon, which can save you up to $30. If you've not used your in-game top-up bonus yet, don't worry, that can be activated with LD Shop too. If you invite a friend to register, you'll both get a 15% off coupon after the first order. As if all this isn't enough, if you spend $80 in 1 month, you get a free welkin to claim on the homepage. Check the link in the description for the discount coupons. If you're happy to not play Columbina on field though, which is how most people play it to be honest, you have some more options. There's been talk of Neuvillette falling off recently, but I'm just not seeing it. He's still strong as ever, this team doesn't even have optimal units and it's still clapping cheeks. Columbina gives us Lunar Charged, Yehoda gives us the Ascendant Gleam bonus, this pushes the Lunar Charge damage even higher. Fischl used to be one of Neuvillette's best teammates, so even though she's not one of the best anymore, it's not completely alien playing the two together. She's on Columbina's banner as well, so it's likely you have some constellations for her. Neuvillette and Columbina both benefits from the HP they get from the Hydro Resonance, and overall, the team's damage wasn't too bad. I'd say it's enough for the Abyss, just it might be a struggle in difficulty 5 and upwards in Stygian. So you miss out on a feather, who cares? You should pull the units you want and skip the ones you don't want. If that means skipping some Nod-Krai characters, you're still getting your Primo gems, so it's all good and it'll be worth it when you pull the units you do want. Veressa just had a rerun, so let's showcase her for those of you that pulled her. We don't have the Ascendant Gleam bonus because Columbina is the only Nod-Krai unit here, but honestly, it's not too big a deal. I tried Ino instead of Farina, and Farina was better. I think people get so caught up in optimizing their teams that they lose objectivity and will claim something is bad, even if it's a 7 or 8 out of 10, which Columbina quite comfortably is, even without other Nod-Krai 5 stars. While an Aether would be better than Farina here, if you were to run Veressa, Farina and Shallonen by themselves, that'd clear most endgame content anyway, so adding Columbina into it makes the team even stronger. Shallonen is still shredding resistances, so both Columbina and the Lunar Charge reaction damage benefits from that. The Hydro Resonance benefits both Columbina and Farina for the extra HP. It's worth remembering that we've just got a new area to explore too, so having a team with 2 exploration units is some underappreciated quality of life. Talking of exploration units, Chaska is one of my favourite DPSs to play in the game. You can pretty much play with any off-field damage dealer as long as they're Pyro, Hydro, Cryo or Electro. Seeing as though the last team just threw the Ascendant Gleam bonus out the window, I thought I'd bring it back here just to demonstrate it. It's not optimal, but Chaska is a very random bullshit go unit. Losing an Aether here means you have to try and force Ino or Yehoda, neither of them are great. It might be better to swap Ino out even though we lose the Ascendant Gleam bonus, but then Farina starts to look better than Columbina anyway. With all of this said, it's still an okay team for Overworld and Domains, probably even Imaginarium Theatre too. Potentially Abyss, but if you take it into Stygian, you will start to see its flaws. Aether's on banner with Columbina and Anefa, which is fitting because they have a strong synergy with each other. Every Night Soul point the team has gives Aether a Rescue Essentials point, he'll get more Night Soul points with Aura on in the team, even more Rescue Essential points with Aether's C2. Each Rescue Essential point gives the team a 0.2% Lunar Charge damage bonus with a maximum of 150 Rescue Essentials points. In English, if you have Aether's C2, you'll be able to give the team up to 30% Lunar Charge damage. I know felt like a pretty big downgrade here, not gonna lie. I think stronger DPSs like Veresa and Nuvalet can get away with it, but Aether and Auroron don't cut it by themselves, so Anefa was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. With that said, if you got yourself a bunch of Aether constellations on the banner and wanted to get some use out of him, this team could be the one. It might be worth throwing a couple temples at the Anefa banner though and seeing if you can get her early. You never know, it does happen once in a blue moon, and this is literally the moon patch. A lot of people are considering pulling Zebai, but as long as you have Columbina, you already have Zebai at home with Noelle. You can of course go for the Columbina and Anefa pair, but if you're bored of seeing them together and want to try something different, you can lean further into Lunar Crystallize. Columbina converts all crystallized reactions into it, and with Noelle healing, you can focus the other two slots on whichever Hydro and Geo you want. Farina and Shallonen will probably be the best choice, but I'm a big fan of Albedo, so I'll be running him and Mona together for the Hexen Circle duo. Mona's C1 does buff Lunar Crystallize too, if you were wondering. Another reminder that the game's about having fun, and personally, I'm ready to drop Farina whenever there's an alternative, even if it's a slight downgrade. I don't think any of the Stygian bosses will be tailored towards Lunar Crystallize this time round, but you might actually be able to use this team against the horse, depending on how well built your characters are. We've not seen Navia in a while, so let's give her some love. People often run her with double Pyro, but seeing as though Malus and Silver got washed away, double Hydro felt more lore appropriate. Anefa will be better in the flex slot, but the entire point of the video is to not have any other Nod-Krai 5 stars. Putting Ino in here gives us Ascendant Gleam and the Hydro Resonance to give Columbina extra HP. Is it the best Lunar Crystallized team in the world? Not really, but I think we're missing another Lunar Crystallized support. Iluga's coming out in the second half of the patch to buff direct Lunar Crystallized damage, but we need someone to help with the reaction itself. Once we get that, this is a decent team. This team has no lunar reactions, but it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Give Columbina Tenacity of a Millilith and Thrilling Tales and she'll still deal big damage. Basically, she functions as an alternative to Yelan or Shenhe if you don't have them for the flex slot, but I wouldn't pull Columbina specifically to play with Skirk. It's just an option for those that don't have a full Skirk team yet. Okay, so let's summarize everything and reflect on what we think of Columbina in teams with no other Nod-Krai 5 stars. I'd love to sit here and tell you that there isn't a big drop off without other Nod-Krai 5 stars for Columbina, but it would be disingenuous to say that. She can enable lunar reactions by herself, but you ideally want Ascendant Gleam for both the resonance buff and for triggering Columbina's 4-piece if she deals more damage. Your 4-star options are Yehoda and Ino. They're not doing much before C6, and even at C6, they're not great with Columbina. I think you can safely skip the Nod-Krai DPSs, but not having the supports, Lauma and Anefa, leaves you looking at weaker options for teammates. I always encourage people to pull and skip who they want, but if Columbina is one of your favourites, it's a shame to put a ceiling on what she can do by not having teammates for her. My advice, I'd try and get Anefa. If you can manage it, you have so many more teams and you can go with on-field Hydro DPSs, Electro, Anemo, Dendro, Pyro, Geo, probably Cryo. If not though, there'll be plenty of characters in the future for you, and saving up now means you can get them easier. I dropped guides for Anefa, Aether and Varka, as well as a team showcase for Columbina with other Nod-Krai 5 stars. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in them. Don't forget to join the Discord where you can tag me with any questions, and take it easy.